Hi everyone, this is Carter Jones, and this is my situation analysis for ENT 610. Throughout this presentation, you will see a SWOT analysis, a pest analysis, Porter's 5 forces analysis, and finally, Porter's value chain analysis. For these analysis, I will be analyzing my own side hustle called the Find Winston. The Find Winston is something in which I find old, beautifully made wooden pieces like dressers, credenzas, or anything of that nature, and something just that needs a little love. And I take it and I completely redo it. So you can see in some of these pictures, like that credenza with the little leaves on top of it, this was something that I completely repainted, and then I will stage it and then sell it. So this is something that I do locally. It's something that I do on the side, but something also that I really enjoy and would like to pursue in the future. So let's see if this is something that I should move forward with, or maybe it's something that I really need to think about in terms of strategy. So the first analysis is a SWOT analysis. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this one, as it is one of the more popular analysis. So in this diagram, we have strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we can see it has positive factors, negative factors, internal factors, and external factors. So for strengths, that's something like, what are your strengths? What do you do better than others? What are your unique capabilities and resources that you possess? For weaknesses, this is something like, what does your competition do better than you? What can you improve? What do others perceive as your weaknesses? Opportunities are trends or conditions that may impact you positively. And then what are the opportunities that are available to you as well? And then threats are what trends or conditions that may negatively impact you. And then what are your competitors doing that may impact you? So these are just some thoughts moving forward in the SWOT analysis that we really need to look at in order to determine whether or not the Find Winston is something that will flourish. So for the Find Winston here, we have strengths, as these pieces are one-of-a-kind items. So every single piece is going to be completely unique. They're also custom made, so if people want to come and they have an idea of colors or a design that they're looking for, everything can be completely custom made as well. It's also made in small batches, so like I said, they're one-of-a-kind items, or if I do create a few at a time, it's small batch production. There's not going to be more than, I would say, 3 of these items out there. It is sustainable, so we're taking previously made, loved pieces that might need a little bit more loving, and we're bringing them back to life. So it is sustainable. We're not going out and buying some new pieces from IKEA and then painting on them. We're only buying pre-owned items that are solid wood, beautifully made, and that still have life left in them. This is B2C sales, so there is no middleman here, so luckily we can get a higher margin from that. And then they are on-trend designs, so here we're looking at what's new in the market, what are people looking for, and then also capitalizing upon that in design. So for weaknesses, we have limited resources. So with that being said, we don't really have the availability to pick and choose what our items are that we're painting on. So how we find these items is we look on Craigslist or Facebook, and we have to look on those sites in order to try to find our next pieces. So sometimes we can find a handful of pieces that would be perfect for it. Other times we can't find any. So it's kind of the luck of the draw here, and so these are limited in the area. So that goes along with a limited amount of product. So sometimes we have a lot of products, sometimes we don't have enough. That doesn't mean we can't drive farther to find more items, but just in our general vicinity, that is still a weakness. Lack of awareness of the brand. So this is something that I've just created. It's relatively new. So I do a lot of Instagram sales, and so there aren't a lot of followers at this time. So the lack of awareness that my brand is there definitely hinders some of the sales. Our geological demographic, I think, is also a weakness. I live in an area that's a little bit more remote, so it's not necessarily in the city. And so oftentimes I get people who look at some of our items and are like, we love this, but we don't want to drive that far. So I think there definitely is a hindrance in where we are located. Opportunities, so growth in the custom market. So the custom market is booming. I mean, you can look at semi-custom items like the Nike Flyknit shoe, where you can go on and customize each piece of the shoe. And this is also growing, obviously, in the millennial market. So millennials are constantly looking for custom one-of-a-kind items that only they will have. And so this really caters to that, but in home instead of in apparel fashion. So we also have an emphasis on sustainability. Millennials also love a good sustainability story. They do care about the environment, and they do care about the impact that they have on the environment. So taking this piece that is pre-owned and then making it new and fresh and loved again is something that we can all get behind, especially millennials. So there's an upsurge in buying at a niche level. So for example, in the sock market, companies like Nike, who also sell apparel, footwear, everything. So their socks, in particular in their socks market, their socks stock is dropping, whereas niche sock companies such as Features or Balega are growing. So they're rapidly growing. All they do is sell socks, whereas companies who sell a large variety of items are dropping. So there's an upsurge in this buying at a niche level where consumers are believing that because they are so niche, they are also the leaders in that product and they know the most about that product. So they're wanting to buy from them at a niche level. So more and more millennials are also buying houses. So I know that we talked about millennials are also slow to buy houses, but they are buying more and more houses as the years go on. So luckily for us, they're gonna need furniture to put in their house. Millennials are also waiting to have children, so they do have more income in order to buy some of these items that they might want. Threats, competitors are selling new items at wholesale cost. So I have a bunch of competitors in my area who are taking wholesale from Target or Walmart and then selling them at half off. And so this is threatening me because I'm getting put in that same realm of a not necessarily used, but not an item directly bought from a store. So sometimes I am getting grouped in with some of these wholesalers. They also have tons of inventory. So they have tables and chairs and everything you can think of, whereas I only have a couple items at a time. So in inventory-wise, they are definitely beating me out. I'm the only artist currently, so I'm the only one who can paint on any of these items and the only one who can really do anything to move the business forward at this point. So if I have work to do at my current job, then I can't work on this side business. So there is a threat of time there. There is a threat also of lack of product if I do get my products from the community. So if the community doesn't have any products or that I can't find anything that would be suitable for the business, then I won't have any inventory. And then finally, fast fashion moving in the home market. So we've seen this upsurgence of fast fashion in apparel such as Forever 21, H&M, Zara, but now we can also see it moving into the home. So something like IKEA, where you can go and buy very quick, cheap furniture that it's not necessarily not durable, but it's not solid wood. It's something that's a fiberboard and something that you can put together at home. So this is also going to threaten my idea of taking pre-owned sustainable goods and putting it in a home, whereas my goods are going to be way more expensive than something from IKEA. So this is the SWOT analysis for the Find Winston. Next up is a pest analysis. So P for political, E for economic, S for social, and T for technological. So P stands for environmental issues. So current legislation, wars or conflict, government policies, and future legislation. Economic could be home economic situation, economic trends, taxation issues, weather issues, market and trade cycles, exchange rates. Social could be lifestyle trends, demographics, media views, brand image, consumer buying patterns, ethical issues, fashion, and role models. T for technological could be technology development, manufacturing maturity, consumer buying technology, innovation potential, and technology access, licensing, and patents. So a pest analysis for the Winston Find. So for the political landscape, we hear a lot about climate change and that being a key topic for the US. So with climate change, sustainability kind of comes hand in hand with that, and how can we as a population make an impact on climate change in a positive way. And for us, we're going to do that through sustainability and through using pre-owned product. Donald Trump also released his new tax plan, so this tax plan will also impact small and large companies. So in the economic landscape, home interest rates are rising. So this may hinder millennials from actually buying a house, and without them buying a house, they won't need any furniture. So this will definitely impact the Winston Find. The rise in dollar value, growing interest in sustainability. So we are looking as a population to be better and do better for our environment. And so hopefully we can do that through our products. And then also possible tariffs. So this could actually work in our favor because all of our products are coming from the community, so the US and mostly our town. And so if tariffs come for importing items into the US, other companies and other competitors may have trouble and their prices might rise even further. So this could actually be a benefit for us. For social, so Instagram and Facebook shopping is on the rise. So this is great because we do have an Instagram and Facebook platform, and as of right now, we mostly sell off Facebook Marketplace. So if people keep going there to look to buy items, this is going to be great for us because we will have the items up and ready to be bought. An increase in custom made, like I said before, the millennials are looking for very unique pieces, unique to them, and we can offer that in complete custom made. Niche companies are on the rise also, like I mentioned before, and so we are going to be niche in the furniture market, and hopefully that can benefit us in the future. Chip and Joanna Gaines also kind of gave home decorating a new light. So Joanna came and gave her new style. She is definitely known for redoing houses and picking and refurbishing items, and so she has kind of gained awareness for the US and how we can also make our homes look more beautiful and look the best that they could be, even if don't have a huge budget. So this is something that we hope to also offer. For technology, we have the integration of laser cutters in design. So instead of us just being able to paint, you can also use the laser cutter and other technology in order to create some type of design on top of the furniture. Fast manufacturing methods, so a lot of the IKEA furniture and other fiberboard created furniture also can be made very quickly, which is hard for us because we are definitely only looking at solid wood and very well made furniture. So it's a different process. It's not fast fashion for home. We are looking for the sustainable basic pieces that you will have for years and years to come. And that is the pest analysis for the Winston Find. What are Porter's 5 forces? So the first one is threat of entry, bargaining power of buyer, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of suppliers, and industry rivalry. So how do these 5 work together in the Winston Find? So here we have threat of entry. So in order to compete, one must have painting skills. So all of our pieces are handmade. They're all hand painted as well. And so all of the designs are coming from us. So if you cannot paint or do not have these types of skills, there's no way that you can even try to come in and replicate our business model. But other than this, the barrier to entry is very low. So we are an easy target for competitors to come in. If they don't have the artistic skill set, then of course they won't be able to compete. But if they do, then they could be possible competitors. The power of buyer. So in this case, the buyer is able to price shop because of the supplier being the community. So basically, we do shop off of Craigslist. We go to yard sales. We go to all of these different events in order to find our furniture, so we don't get it from one place. And with that, we're able to shop around and really get the price that we want to get. So the threat of substitution. So a viable substitute for this product is a new product from a wholesale warehouse or to buy on Facebook, Craigslist, and redo yourself. So I know DIY has become so popular in the last couple years, and so our consumers are able to buy their own furniture and redo it if they really want to. I mean, there are tons of YouTube videos in order to show you how to do this. But our customers also looking for our artistic ability and our design drive and direction. And so we hope that they would come to us for that instead. So, but we could also be substituted by wholesalers, and so like Target or Walmart wholesalers who come in and have this product for 50% off. So it's something that's also being sold in the same platform as us. So it does, at the end, really kind of threaten us in a way because they have more products than we do. The power of the supplier. So in this case, the supplier is the community, and so it does decrease the value of the power of the suppliers because there's not just one. So instead of there being us buying solely from one person, we're buying from the community. So they don't really have a lot of power as individuals to sell on Facebook, to jack up their prices. So for us, that is definitely a good thing. And so those are the 5 forces for the Winston Find. The final one is Porter's value chain. I wasn't very familiar with this one, so I hope that if you're not familiar, I can walk you through it, and we can all kind of learn together about what this one is and how we can use it. So as you can see at the top, it says firm infrastructure, human resource management, technology, procurement. And so these are the support activities, whereas at the bottom we have inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service as our primary activities with margin on the side. So what does this mean for the Winston Find? So for the Winston Find, the support activities are infrastructure, which is our artist. So this is the company's support systems and how they go about their daily operations. So for us, that is just an artist. For human resource management, we don't actually recruit anyone. So this would be how you can recruit or train or hire anyone, but it's just a one-man show, so we don't have this one. For our technological development, so this is how we receive and process and manage information. So for us, it's R&D and product and process design. And then for procurement, this is what the organization does to get the resources it needs to operate. And so for us, it's just through supplier management. So we look at our suppliers and we take note of our suppliers in order to then gain product. So for some of our primary activities, so this would be inbound logistics. So we search for goods, pick up the goods and store them. So these are all the processes that we do internally. And then we have operations, which would be cleaning, repair, refinish, stage, and photograph. So these are the activities that change inputs to outputs and how they're sold to customers. Then we have outbound logistics, which is storage. So how do we deliver our products? We don't actually deliver. We have them, the buyers pick up from our home. So for us, all we do is store them until they're picked up. And then marketing and sales. So how do we get clients to purchase our items? We do that through Instagram and Facebook, and then also through staging and some market research. And then for service, so this would be value added, like a warranty or something like that, and we don't offer any of that. So once you buy, it's yours, and we do not do returns as well. So once it's purchased, it's all yours. And then on the right, you can see the margin. So the margin is value added less cost equals profit margin. So this is just the equation of how you would understand what that margin would be. So this is the Porter's value chain for the Winston Find. Thank you all for listening to my situation analysis for the Winston Find. Check us out on Instagram at Winston Find, and you can see some of our new and latest products. So thank you all, and have a great day.